Unbelievable! That is a dream goal!
They found it! They finally found the goal they were looking for!
What a finish that is! Do not scratch your eyes! This is really happening! Welcome to beautiful DeLacy Soccer Park, just outside of Westchester, Pennsylvania. We've got USLPA action on tap as the Westchester United Reserves take on the Westtown FC Reserves. It's a tight race at the top of the men's major second division, and time's running out to earn more of those precious points. A win would send Westchester to the top, but can they pull it off? We'll have our answer soon. As you can see, this is not the action that we are here for. So we are delayed by just a couple of minutes. So hang tight and we'll be with you soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to DeLacy Soccer Park just outside of Westchester, Pennsylvania. USLPA action on tap as promised. A little behind schedule due to some overrunning on the last game, but no matter now. It's a gorgeous day, if not a little windy here outside of Westchester. The teams are taking the field. As you can see on your left, Westtown FC going from left to right, and then Westchester's in the black kits going from right to left. Coin toss happening as we speak. So let's take a quick look at the table where we've got an interesting race happening at the top. So VE is currently at 18. Keep in mind, this is the men's major 2 division. So 18 points for VE. Westchester just behind them at 17. However, they have a game in hand. So this game could put them top of the table. Even a draw would put them top of the table, because if you notice that goal differential column, 26 in the positive for Westchester, which is insane. 37 goals for Westchester, only 11 against. Both of those best figures in the league. Not the same story for Westtown, where they've struggled defensively mightily. 56 goals allowed. So their goal difference is correspondingly rough. So it's going to be a matter of, can Westchester break through and get that first goal, I'm thinking, because if they can do that, they might have a lot of goals in them. As I said, 37 goals through 8 games. That is an insane scoring record. Almost 5 a game for those of you who suffer with math as I do. So it'll be something to keep an eye on as we carry on today. So lots of pressure going to be on the goalkeeper, Andrew LaHoo, for Westtown. He's in the orange kit to the left of your screen in this leftmost huddle. Referee just giving a couple of final instructions. Before we get going here, I want to remind everyone today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free right now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. And right before we get going here, I want to remind you guys of a game coming up on Tuesday. We're going to be covering Westchester United seniors versus the VE seniors. That's going to be a rematch of the Amateur Cup showdown that we brought to you earlier this year. If it's anything like that game, we're in for a treat. So do not miss that game, folks. Tuesday, 8:30 p.m., USLPA action on tap from here in Westchester. Do not miss that game. But for now, let's get to what's going on right in front of our very eyes in the men's major 2 division. Westchester versus Westtown. Westtown about to kick it off. A last check of the watch from the referee. AR's getting in position. Referee looks happy. Here we go. From DeLacy Soccer Park. It's a beautiful, beautiful spring day. The wind is ticking up. It's blowing as you're looking at it right in our faces. So mostly across the pitch. So crosses might be impacted, but maybe not necessarily shots on goal or balls over the top. We'll keep an eye on that, though. I'll try to keep you informed if the wind switches. But for now, Westchester have a throw. And the pass back to the thrower went a tad awry. So skipper Blaise Santangelo on the bench for this reserves fixture for Westchester, as his boys look to play around the back here. And just talking to my cameraman Nick before this game, the grass looks fantastic here. Early spring still, and you know, for those of you who aren't familiar, northeastern region here in Pennsylvania, it's not the best conditions for growing grass, but this place has done a wonderful job of maintaining multiple pitches. Actually, we're on one of several fields here. Not sure if you could see behind you, but there's another pitch right behind this field on both sides. So meantime, Westtown has a throw. It's a nice touch in the center of the park, and they're going to whip it out to this left-hand side. Is it Westchester? Ooh, a nice little Maradona attempt, but he was shepherded off the ball by that Westtown midfield, and now Westtown tried to play a little ball to break through the lines, and Westchester will let this one run as it goes out for a throw. It was John Holstein who did well to see it out. I'll go back to the goalkeeper. That's Alex DeMars, who you've seen with the seniors a few times. He's between the pipes for the reserves today. Ball outside to Holstein. Holstein goes over the top, and it's a nice ball. It's going to stay in on this grass pitch. Tries to get around the corner. Does not, but I think he's won a corner, and he has. That's Ethan Birch, who made a nice run down this left-hand side. He's going to also be the man in charge of taking the corner. Keep an eye on William Luna at the top of the box, who looks unmarked presently as they're finally picking him up. Ball played in. Headed clear. Referee kind of got in the way, but no matter. That ball is hoofed out. Westchester going to retain possession, though. Holstein throws in. It's played out by Westchester, Westtown, and Westtown's trying to make tracks, but it's a really nice tackle from Ron Van Steenland, who came flying in to snuff out the danger. Westtown, little back heel flick, worked to perfection. Shots on goal, but DeMars is down and had it. Might have popped out of his hands for a couple seconds, but no matter. First shot of the game goes by way of Westtown, which goes to show you why you can't play soccer matches on paper. Van Steenland going down this right-hand side. Ball played over the top. Looks a little long, and the goalkeeper will get to that. That's LaHoo. Westchester pressing pretty high, as we're used to seeing from their first team, and it works out here right around midfield. All played inside, then back out down that right-hand side. It looks like the pass was a little heavy. So maybe just not quite firing on all cylinders yet is Westchester. Van Steenland came really high to play it, and he's done well. Top of the box. There's the hit. There's the goal. Beautiful team goal from Westchester. Just a few minutes into this game, make it 1-0. That was Valentine Nice on the goal for Westchester. And he got a really, really nice flick from Miguel Ross, who unselfishly turned it around the corner for pretty much an open shot for Nice. We have seen Nice coming off the bench with the majors team from time to time, so cool to see him with starting minutes, and it didn't take him long to convert that first chance into a goal. And we've seen that time and time again from Westchester, but we'll get back to that as it looked like Westtown was about to make a move. And, lovely footwork from Westchester. And down the left-hand side, they tried to go, but it was cut out. Don't let that take anything away from Antonio Carbone, who Had a really nice piece of skill to beat one attacker, but the second one got the better of him. That one was attempted to be cleared by Westchester, but they got it second time of asking. There's Carbone, who's going to come down the right flank. Carbone just keeping possession. Over the top again for Westchester. Can they get on the end of it? A little bump in the box there, but LaHoo got on the end of it. Westtown over the top again. That's a nice ball. Really high line from DeMars, and that's really good goalkeeping because I'm not sure that any Westchester defender would have been anywhere nearby if he did not play such a high line. Holstein throws in, falls to Birch. Birch was trying to turn it to Nice, but was cleared by Westtown. They're going to try and build out. Oh, Nice with a back heel flick, but it's going to fall for him, and he'll play it out wide. Back inside. Lovely little combination play on that right-hand flank, but not so much in the attacking sense. They just keep possession. Carbone flips it around the top, and it looks like the Westchester player is offside, and indeed he is. That was Miguel Ross, who was just a step or two over the line down that right-hand flank. Westtown with a little space to operate now. And the pass just a bit overhit. So we'll have Holstein throw this one in. And look at this, DeMars outside the box. Goalkeepers are field players too. You just wear gloves. DeMars, it's that one down to Enjaroge, who's played a little 1-2 with Ross. Enjaroge got to that ball, but couldn't keep it. Westtown trying to make their way down this left-hand side. One player beaten. Can they make it two? They can. The third one, though, Enjaroge did really well to recover. There's Nice, who couldn't win the ball back. Westtown tried to, I think it was trying to go all the way back to the goalkeeper, and they got it wrong. So Nice has the throw in here. They go inside to Ross. Miguel Ross with a little through ball attempt cut out, but the ball just keeps coming right back at them for Westtown. Every time they try and play out, that ball, is it going to sit? It did. Holstein won the first time of asking. Second time of asking, it's cleared out. So here's Westtown now. Throw in decent position now, right into the wind, though, it must be said, and I think that's why you saw that particular throw-in taken. There's a hit. Excuse me, it was a cross. DeMars asked for it back. It's brave goalkeeping, but turned out to be a decent decision. Westtown now sustaining possession in Westchester's end kind of for the first time this match. There's a hit from distance. DeMars comfortably lets that one trickle outside the post. The Westchester skipper wasn't happy with the decision to try to play out from the back in that particular instance. Ross misses out on that header. Westtown get on the end of it. That's a really nice through ball play. DeMars is coming forward, and he did really well. He had no idea that runner was offsides, but fantastic goalkeeping from from DeMars, albeit unnecessary. Just glad to see nobody got hurt in that exchange. That's the worst, when the flag goes up and neither player really knows and they go flying in. Westtown's gonna try and make tracks on this right-hand side. Ball's kind of floated in, and watch this wind just kill that ball. If that was coming from the left-hand side, that might have been a fantastic service, but you see the wind just crush that ball as it was floating through the air. DeMars lifts this one straight up to nice, but Westtown cut it out. Njoroge keeps his head and plays a easy ball to his fellow center back. That ball came off a Westtown player. It did. So Westchester's playing through the middle of the park now. Nice gets the turn on his man. Can he find a pass? He can't. Vanstonland won the first header, and Carbone plays it straight back. DeMars takes the short route to Vanstonland, who goes back to DeMars. And the Westtown press just kind of said, all right, enough's enough, you can have it. And backed off. Vanstonland now goes with the ball over the top down that right-hand channel. What a touch from the Westchester player. It was almost too good because he didn't get it out in front of his feet, but what a touch from Birch there. And as we're used to, Westchester's playing a very fluid front three, overloading sides as they see fit. And that was a nice ball at the top for Westtown, but it was ruled offsides. And the some banter from the AR there. I don't know if you guys could hear that. The Westtown player was trying to protest that he was onside. The AR said, "Don't be offside and you'll be fine," which is it's apt, I will say, from the AR. I was babbling. That ball went over the top to LeHou, who's throwing it out from the back. And down this left-hand side come Westtown. This is a nice run. Can they cut it back? They can't. Right to DeMars. DeMars will throw out. Carbone plays it to Holstein. Holstein plays it backwards to Vanstonland. Njoroge having a 1-2 with Nice, who tried to turn around the corner to Birch, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so the Westtown player was off. Vanstonland's gonna play this one long, and he sure does. What a ball that is. Holstein, makes the run down this left-hand side. The cross was good, but cut out. There's a return ball from Westtown, and it's right on the money. Carbone does well to track back and at least clear the danger for now. But 4 white shirts in the middle there. Holstein holds him where he is, and Carbone, cuts out. Ross finds Birch, and look out, he's got room to roam. Birch gets the better of his man. He's in space, and what a finish by Ethan Birch. He made something very difficult look very, very easy. Of course, having all that pace helps. Make it 2-0, Westchester. Lightning feet to get away from the defender, and the finish was calm, cool, and collected. Westtown now, the 2-goal hill to climb. A little under a half hour left in this first half. Westchester do well to see off the danger. Njoroge looking for Birch again, and look at Birch run. For the second time in 2 minutes, he has a hit. It hits off the goalkeeper. Great save by LaHoo to keep Birch out, as Birch, for the second time in 2 minutes, just walked by that Westtown defense. Anstonland clips it higher for Nice. Nice is the one who got the last touch there, so Westtown will have a throw.
Good ball.
Westtown throws it in. That comes off Carbone. They'll backheel it. And can that unlock the defense? No, it cannot. Anstonland cuts it out. Ross picks his head up. Left foot comes off a Westtown player. Can Birch get on the end of it? He cannot. They go back to LaHoo. Played short, and Westtown does well to beat that first line of pressure from Birch. Holstein does well to see out the danger, but concedes the throw. And that one came off Anstonland, so Westtown throw. Dante Garrick throws in. He's looking for Travis West. Garrick will take another throw in, a little further up this time. Holstein came to pressure and did get something on it. That ball was just a bit too wide for West. So Holstein will take the throw. He goes back to Anstonland. Anstonland has space to that ball out in front of him. He goes to Njoroge. Njoroge flips forward to Birch, who couldn't quite get there, but Westchester win a throw a little further up the field. And the wind has just gusted up here. And that might have been the reason for that miscued pass. LaHoo, it's a booming punt. My goodness. I think he's out punted his own attacking line. Actually, DeVars had to run backwards to grab that. What a hit. And again, the wind is whipping, but it's not really pushing towards one end of the field. It's more directly in our faces as you're looking at the camera. Westtown gonna work their way down the right-hand side. Up the middle, Carbone doing his best to defend. There was a little bit of a miscue there. I think Carbone thought DeMars was coming in. I think DeMars was upset that Garrick went to ground there because he's saying he didn't touch him. Might have just been avoiding contact with the referee. Oh, that one is unfortunate for Birch. It hit him in the back. He actually outran the ball. Valentine Nice is going to walk a long way to grab the ball. Cracciolo Carbone gets on the end of the throw, but loses possession. Westtown now streaking down this left-hand side. Look at the pace from Westtown. Beats two men. Can he get the cross in? He can. DeMars does well to cut it out, but he's going to concede a corner. Great run from the big Westtown man. Wins the corner for the guys in white. That was Christian Rombola who was the man running down that left-hand side. Excuse me, it was Nikolai Anders. Correction there. Nikolai Anders, the man who made that run. Ball whipped in. Nice, I think, got the touch on it. But that ball, oh, it's a pinball in the Westchester box. It's eventually cleared. And apologies if the wind noise is bad in the microphone, but it is gusting here in Westchester this afternoon. Westtown throw. Over the top, looking for a teammate. That ball is eventually sent into the parking lot, and we'll have a Westchester goal kick. Looks like substitute coming on for Westtown as we hit the 24th minute of this first half. A little over 20 left to play. Leo Bell taking a seat for Westtown. And Jiroge over the top. Westtown trying to come back the other way, and Jiroge cuts it out again. Said that a couple times today already. Now Ethan Birch is going to get to run at this defense again. Look out. Tried to play Ross through, but Ross was not ready for that particular service, I don't think. Holstein looks like he wants to press this, and there he goes. Carbone gets a touch, and it looks like it's going to stay in play. Holstein's going to play it back to Vanstenland, who picks his head up, has some time to survey the area. Luna plays to Jiroge, who goes over the top again looking for Birch. I can't blame them for trying to find him because he's already got a goal and could have had more. Here comes Anders again, using strength and pace. Beat Carbone first time, but the second time Carbone got the better of him. He finds Luna. Luna goes up to Birch. Birch is looking for Nice. It's a nice ball through, by the way. And here's Ross just in front of Ross. Just a couple of inches away from getting a touch on that. Nice ball from Ross. Or excuse me, to Ross from Nice. And that front three for Westchester seems to really be clicking, which is a problem for that Westtown backline, who so far have struggled to cope with the pace, particularly of Birch. Luna finds Nice. Nice gets his pocket picked, but Luna gets it right back. Trying to get an outlet, and he's under a lot of pressure. And Westtown does well. There's a Westtown player down. They're going to play on. Ball's played by Ross. Ross looking for Birch. Cut out again. Over the top. What a ball that is. Onside, says the linesman. Vanstenland tried to get in front of that, but he was beaten to it. Holstein got the touch, and fire put out by Holstein, who is now turning defense into attack, at least momentarily, as his pocket got picked, and two players down now. Everybody's hitting the floor. There are 4 players down injured right now. Or excuse me, make it 2. It was 2. Carbone was just stretching, but Vanstenland went down. The Westtown attacker went down. That was Travis West, who looked like he got a knock there. He looks to have shaken it off and back in the game. Vanstenland has maybe a problem with his thigh, but is staying in the game. I believe that is a Westtown throw. It is. Played over the top. Carbone heads it back in the direction of Birch, but didn't reach him. Holstein gets on the end of it, but playing some pinball in the air. And Carbone, I think, saw that one out. He did. So have throw in for Westtown. Garrick, the man to throw it in. There's a hit from Westtown, but DeMars with a quick feet hit a comfortable save to get behind it at his near post. He'll roll out to Van Steenland, who looks to have shaken off that thigh issue he was having. Nice with the back heel looking for Birch. He gets the ball to Luna. Luna finds Ross, and he's in a lot of space. Ross into the box. Left foot has a hit. Is it going to find that back post? It is not. Just wide. Just wide for Ross. I think his teammates were upset that he tried the finesse shot and they wanted him to just bury it, but wasn't far off, must be said, for Mr. Ross. And Westtown playing out from the goal kick, but Luna gets his body in front of it and finds Engeroge, who goes to Van Steenland, who back into Carbone. Nice helped him out after the missed pass. Back to Engeroge, trying keeping a little possession here. Holstein really wanted that ball down the left-hand channel, and he made it known that he was upset that he did not get the ball. Carbone coming down this middle of the park, and Holstein moving like crazy trying to get on the end of this, and no one will find him. Here's Luna. There, Luna finally gets the ball to him. Holstein is looking for a crossfield switch, but miscues it. And I think Birch was having a word with him. I don't think Birch knows how much Holstein moved to try to get onto the ball. Maybe just a bit too excited. But here's Nice, who finds Birch, and Birch beats his man and runs at the goalkeeper again. Heavy touch, though, and LaHoo does well to come out and grab that. Garrick trying to play down this left-hand side. West gets on the end of it. Holstein picks his pocket. Holstein running at Garrick again, and it came off Garrick, and Holstein lost his edge. And we're going to have a couple of substitutes. Carbone is, every time there's a stoppage, he's going down, and see he's working on a hip flexor or maybe a groin or something like that. He's struggling. I'm looking at the Westchester bench, and I don't see anybody other than skipper Blaze Santangelo. So unless he's going to suit up and come into this game, I think Westchester's just going to have to carry on with whatever knocks they pick up, unfortunately. Engeroge cleared that, and then Westtown put it out of play. About 15 minutes remaining of the first half. There can be stoppage time in USLPA. I'm not sure how much will play just because there hasn't been a ton of actual stoppages. Ross pressed that really well, but oh no, excuse me, that was a handball. I thought that hit his head. Yeah, I think the ref might have saw the hand go up and thought it hit his hand. I think that hit his head, but that's a small matter because that ball went out of play anyway. So Westtown will the Westtown goalkeeper is barking at his midfielder to get higher up the pitch. Here's Anders with a little bit of room until Nice got in front of it. Ball's trying to go across the pitch, but Holstein got the better of it and found Miguel Ross, who's streaking through the center of the defense. Ethan Birch on it. What a save by LaHoo, who's had a huge first half here. That's the third breakaway that he's cut down. If not for him between the pipes, I'm not sure how Westtown would be faring in this one, but so far only a 2-goal deficit. Birch with a step over. Plays back to Luna. Luna's got some space to hit it. He does, but gets under it and sends that one well over the bar. Westtown making a substitute. And looks like Anders is going to come off, who really has been their big danger man in the attack so far. It'll be interesting to see how they'll navigate without him. So that ball was attempted to play down that left-hand channel where Anders was finding a lot of joy, but pass was miscued as the wind is, wow, really picking up now. Not sure if it's coming across on camera, but there's kind of a sustained wind of like 10 or 15, and then it's gusting up to like 25, 30. And we're in one of those gusts right now. Carbone does well to get there first, and he plays all the way back to DeMar, who lumps it long, and nobody in particular was in the area, but I think he was just trying to clear that one. It'll trickle out for a throw. A little over 10 minutes remaining in this first half, as Westtown will now throw this one in. West plays it back and then makes a run long. And West will back to his teammate to throw in. And that ball came off of Ross, according to the referee. And miscued pass again. West apologizing to Mr. Bell. Holstein was having a conversation with Njoroge about maybe sending that one backwards, but thought better of it. And there's Westchester getting on the end of it. Luna goes backwards. Holstein sends it back to DeMars. He looks off the attacker and goes short to Njoroge. Holstein back to Njoroge. Up to Ross, around the corner to Holstein, who made a nice run. Tries to go back inside to Ross, who was beaten to it just. Luna's under some pressure by Westtown. Westtown keeps it in, and that does come off of Luna. Bell keeps it in, and he's right in the corner. Holstein gets a touch and then just lifts it clear. West gets on the end of it. West, Cruyff turn backwards, picked off by Nice, and look out because Birch is onside, and Nice is going to take this one himself down the right-hand channel. Picks his head up, has a hit. What a hit it is, but it's wide. And good. Nice popped up. It looked like he went to his hamstring there, which, again, would not be great considering doesn't look like Westchester has any substitutes today. But I'm sure Birch was not happy with Valentine for the run he made to stay on, and probably would have, if history was anything to go by, dusted the whatever defender was standing in his way. But Nice did have a nice shot, just got sent a little wide. And Birch went down there, and he's slow to get up. But meantime, West keeps it in play. Holstein gets back. Holstein tries to backheel it. West takes it back off, and Bell goes inside. And pass gets kind of fluffed, and Holstein plays back to DeMars, and they just go big. And that ball's, ooh, that would have been a interesting look for coming into our into our living room. Thank goodness for the agility of these players, because if that was me running at that camera full speed, I would have hit it. Instead, Bell plays a little 1-2, trying to get down this right-hand side. I think that was out, and it was just out as Westtown tried to make their way down that right-hand side, but it was out. I think that was a good call by the AR. And spirited discussion happening at this Westtown backline. I think it's how to deal with Ethan Birch, which probably does take a little bit of debate. So that tried to go inside to Nice, and Jim Finney was the man trying to get that one inside. Valentine Nice gets that throw in reversed on him. Van Steenland heads it back to Engeroge, who's under a lot of pressure. And that might have been a foul, but we're going to play on. Holstein does well. Okay, I think he's calling a foul on Westchester and must have played advantage. 6 minutes remaining in this first half. Ball clipped over the top. Van Steenland wins the header. Carbone. That's a good advantage call by this ref, because now Birch gets to run at this back line again. And there he goes. Beats one man. Can he beat the second? Second man gets the better of him. Much better defending from Westtown there. For Westchester was asking for offsides. They do not get it, but they do get a throw in. That was Zach Vandeventer, by the way, who made that nice tackle for Westtown. Vanstenland going to Ross. Luna beats a man. Tried to clip it, but Nice decided to chest that one down instead. And plays a really nice ball to Ross, who's in the box with his left foot. Gets him cross. Luna's there, far post. What a piece of defending from Westtown. That I thought was going to be an absolute certain goal. But somehow, one of those Westtown players tracked back. That was Chevelle Johnson, who somehow kept with Luna at that back post and got his foot in the way. Was getting ready to shout for a goal, but I was wrong. Punched clear by the goalkeeper. Really well done. He's had a great half despite the scoreline, as Ross puts that one into the woods. And we'll have more substitutes on for Westtown.
Like out of bounds stuff.
So we'll have a goal kick as Westtown look to maybe get something out of this half by the end of it. They play over the top. Anders has moved into what looks like a more central attacking role, which might cause the center backs for Westchester a few more headaches. He was deployed down that left-hand side in the first half. Engeroge, a little bit of a heavy touch there. And Carbone finds Luna. Ross holds it up. And body's hitting the ground, and foul is called there, and Ross has stayed down, which is not good. And I think we're just going to have a quick check on Ross. And Ross has stayed down. And again, I'm just looking over at that Westchester bench, and there's just no one to go to, unfortunately. As here comes the service from Westchester into the box. There's Birch. Birch wins the header. It's just over the bar. Oh, it's inches away from a third. Really, really nice ball played by Van Steenland, who in all this wind got that one just right. And Holstein goes and wins that.
Keeper, get that. The real one.
Just a couple minutes remaining in this first half. Bell throws it in. There's Anders. Back to Bell. Luna steps in front. And backwards to Bell. It's played in behind, and they got a shot off, but it was pretty far wide, so DeMars wasn't troubled. And now I'm seeing a Westchester reinforcement has arrived on that bench for Coach Santangelo. Not sure he will feature in this first half because he's still getting dressed, but reinforcements may be coming for Westchester as they still hold a 2-0 lead, it must be said, and we are in the 45th minute right now, so not sure how much stoppage time the referee will deploy, but Holstein goes down to head that one. An interesting choice, but it was effective as Ross gets the better of his defender. He's into the box on that left foot, takes one more extra touch, cuts it back, and then it's defended. I think that extra touch got him. But that is it for the first half. So, your score after 45 minutes. Westchester 2, Westtown 0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps to keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Well, finds Ablo, Nado, who's got some space, catch it well! It's a sublime equaliser for the Pan Cyprians. It dipped and it swerved, and it wheeled into the back of the net.
It's a free kick for Tigres. And he tries to put it on target, and he does with a beautiful, nearly masterful acrobatic effort.
Left, Harrison, will he go for the shot of the pass? Stanic, turned, Harrison, faking still, Harrison from a tight angle! Oh, it's just inside the far post! Rijon Harrison, a brace, and a tie game for Ozarks is 2-2. They may have pulled back a draw.
Waring, looking for Spompanato. Strauss Figueroa! What a bolt! Quincy Strauss Figueroa with a rocket!
All United trying to find an equalizer, cutting back. Here he is. All United. Oh, it's an equalizer! It's a solo, individual effort. And look what it means to Harley United. They've equalized.
Strike it.
Speaker! Oh, into the top of the net! Bam, Speaker! The goal. Wow.
Future. Leon. Getting, shooting. What a great goal. Set herself up on the dribble and goes over the gloves of Hamilton. That's her second already.
New York International! What a tackle at the last second now, Bednarski! What a shot by Bednarski! Dipped in to Billity, who's running at that Lions box now. Cuts inside, what a move by Billity, what a goal! A brilliant little cut inside the box, bought the space, and he took advantage of it. 1-0 Lone Star.
Captain lines up his right foot, unbelievably lashed in. What a goal from the captain. He has put his foot through that magically. A golden moment for Greater Long Beach.
Can't quite retain possession. Here's Adamenge, and he'll send a long through ball. That's an excellent through ball to Koutner. We'll see what he can do. Driving down the right wing, cuts inside, cuts back outside. Is there a finish at the end of it? And that's a fantastic goal by Christoph Koutner. Spun his defender inside and out, and a clinical finish at the end of it.
Drives it in. Commanding header. Comes on the edge. What a hit! Oh, that's absolutely superb. Milton Campos arrows it in.
Straight off the arm. Here's
Asivek again. Shooting opportunity for Asivek. Oh, wow. What a beautiful goal that is. And 2 goals in 30 seconds from Negmatov Asivek.
No need to rush the play. When they're up 2 goals at this point in the match, taking it slow during these set pieces can be very helpful. That's a nice through ball. Let's play back to Doggart. Spampinato out to Doggart. What a goal! Excellent through ball. Spampinato and Doggart connected beautifully there.
Larry, though, steps back. Miele fires it up.
Welcome back to DeLacy Soccer Park in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Apologies that we had to cut the goals of the month short. There were too many to cram into the halftime here. So do us a favor, head to our Instagram page at GameInFrame and vote for your favorite. Make sure you watch the rest of them as we are underway here. But yeah, make sure you watch the rest of those nominees. Vote for your favorite because we need your help to pick a winner. The votes in the comments will decide who will win this year or this month's goal of the month. So again, head to our Instagram page at GameInFrame to vote for your favorite. Meanwhile, we are back here where Westchester have a 2-0 lead from that first half. Lots of chances went by the wayside. Also, a goal correction was not Valentine nice for Westchester on that first goal. He got the hockey assist, if you will. It was actually Miguel Ross who got on the score sheet from that first one. So apologies for that. And then it was Ethan Birch who got the second one. As Westchester get ready to take their throw-in. Carbone goes back to Van Steenland. Van Steenland picks his head up and sends a ball to Nice, who chests it down and kind of rebounded it off the Westtown player. It's at his feet. He cuts inside in the box. Lost out to the Westtown player, but he gets it right back. Goes out for a corner kick for Westchester. While we have a second, I want to remind everyone today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free right now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Hand up for Westchester in swing or out swinging corner. Westtown get to it first. They look to build out as that ball is played in behind for Anders, who I think was offside, and he was offside there. I also noticed a substitute on for Westchester. Thomas Ascoli hopped on at some point. I don't see a corresponding player on the bench. So I wonder if a Westchester player had to leave at halftime. I'll try to work out who that might have been. But now Thomas Ascoli is in for Westchester. Over the top for Luna. Will it fall to him? It just took too long and it didn't drop. And I think Luna played that. Yeah, Luna played that off the Westtown man, and it's going to be a corner for Westchester. Looks like Nice will be the one to take it. As this ball in play. Went short to Ross. Ross goes back to Nice. Nice to Ascoli. Top of the box. Back to Nice. Here's the cross, and the wind's carrying it to that near post, and goalkeeper did well to steer that one away. As the wind is once again whipping, Holstein just pumped that one back towards LeHou, who's in goal for Westtown. Bell goes over the top. Vansteenland is in a foot race with Anders. Anders beats him to it. Anders touches heavy. Is that going to sit? It will not. Tough break for Anders there, who did well to get on the end of it, but it's going to be a goal kick. And while we have a second, I want to remind you that we have a huge match coming up here in Westchester on Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Westchester United takes on VE. That's in the men's majors division of this USLPA bracket. So, last time those two teams played each other, it was in the Amateur Cup final, and Westchester won 4-3 in stoppage time with a man down. So, whenever those two teams play, there always seems to be fireworks. You will not want to miss that game. Again, that's at 8:30 on Tuesday. Vansteenland is having a little passing session over here with Jimmy Finney, who eventually works it wide. Nice, couldn't get that under control. And it'll go back to Njoroge. He found Holstein again. Ethan Birch was got his wires crossed with Holstein there, but they're going to have a corner anyway. Corner taken short, and it's scythed out of bounds for another corner. Couldn't beat the first man from Westtown there. Corner kick inbound. In swinger. A little bit ahead of where the Westchester players wanted. Holstein really hustled to get over there, but he couldn't quite get to it. And now he has to sprint 60 yards back across the field. And went out of play. So Westtown will have a throw-in. It's Leo Bell who tosses it in. And down the left-hand channel, Vansteenland's going to get there first, though. He's going to go back to DeMars. DeMars has space, so he's going to go long. And very nearly found Nice. Got the second ball at least, but Westtown win it back. Ascoli's fighting for it in the middle of the park. And Luna clips one to Birch. And it eventually finds Nice back to Birch, who kind of stepped on top of the ball, but Nice has it. Nice floats one back post. Wind kills that one. And Westtown will get possession back and over the top looking for Anders. Look at DeMars well out of his goal. That's good goalkeeping. Sees off the problem from Anders, who we've seen has already caused the back line a couple of problems. Carbone's interior. Westtown stepped through it. It's going to be a throw-in for Vansteenland. And Westchester. Vansteenland finds Finney. Finney finds Nice, who keeps it in just about. Birch lost out to it. And now Anders is streaking it by. Look at DeMars, just so good. Nice high line. Just mitigating the threat that Anders is posing this back line. Vansteenland pumps that one back the other way, and Birch is now on the end of it. Player goes down for Westtown, and Birch just kind of ran out of gas there, but Just every ball forward to Birch just looks dangerous. Nice, gets a touch to it, and nice little move from the big man as he gets a nice cross in. Ross is there, lets it fall. Ball's popped straight up in the air, headed down. Man, that ball was in the box forever, but it's eventually cleared. Carbone loses out on that physical battle. Vanstein lands chasing this one. Nice little flick to get that one over to Holstein. Holstein with an acrobatic flick backwards to DeMars, who's got tons of time to play back to Vanstein land. Finney cuts back, goes back into Vanstein land. Vanstein land goes long, looking for Nice. Nice has room, and Leo Bell plays that one off the windshield of a Jeep Wrangler. So Finney will have a corner on this right-hand side, out swinger inbound. Big man Nice is at the front post. Westchester's had a problem beating that first man. Let's see if they can clear that front white shirt. They do. Goalkeeper, oh, that might have been on target, actually. I think LaHoo had to claw that one out. So, interesting one for the Olympico. Didn't quite come off. Tough to tell if it was on purpose or on accident because of the wind today, but we'll say it was on purpose. Soli has a 1-2 there with Nice. Westtown clears. It'll be a Holstein throw-in on that far side. We're 10 minutes into this second half as Westtown look to build out. Going to switch the play here to Bell, who was looking for Anders. I think he's onside here. Anders in behind. DeMars gets a save. Nope, it was offside. Excuse me, offside. That was a late flag. DeMars did really well to save it because, again, he had no idea, but be interesting to see. I think that might have been on, but it was definitely close. It was right on the line, and the linesman has a better angle than we do here, but boy, that looked close. Scully to Vanstein land. Finney's moved outside, so they open up some space for Luna inside. He gets the ball now. Finney does. He goes back to Asoli, who dropped back. Carbone and Asoli have a 1-2. Find Luna down the right-hand side. Finney's going to make an overlapping run down the right-hand side. Look at this ball played across it. Oh, it looked like Birch was winding up, but it was headed clear by Westtown before he could unleash that strike. West is making his way down the right-hand side for Westtown. That's a nice cross in. Anders at that back post. Has a hit. What a save by DeMars. My goodness. Great goalkeeping to get across his line. But the danger's not over. Another cross played in. DeMars punches clear, headed down, off the bar. My goodness, what a run of play. It's eventually cleared. DeMars did just enough there as this ball's coming back in, and exhale for Westchester. Whew. An intense 30 seconds there as DeMars made an incredible save, punched a ball that I think might have been going wide, which opened up a header for Westtown, who hit the crossbar, and only then was it cleared. So two big chances for Westtown to get back into this game. Both go by the wayside, and we stay at 2-0. Ross and Carbone play a 1-2. They go back to Vanstein land. Vanstein land goes back to DeMars. You can see Westtown now actually sustaining a bit of a press for really the first time this whole match. Westchester going to try and play their way out of it. Finney goes back to Van Steenland. I think they're going to have to go big here. They will. Blocked by Westtown. Van Steenland to throw in. Trying to find Nice. Nice finds Birch and gets it right back. Nice down this right-hand side. Nice cross. Played it over to Ross. Can he get a touchdown? It's a bit slow, but he's still on the ball. 3 white shirts. Eventually, one of them gets it out. And actually played a really nice ball down this left-hand side to the skipper, who unfortunately couldn't quite keep it in. Zach Frederick, who was giving chase, but again, the wind on this side just kind of shepherding that ball out of bounds. Keeping it in bounds on the other side, but not over here. Bell trying to go inside. There's a ball played over the top. Is he offside? He is. Westtown offside again. That one a little bit more clear than the last one. But the result the same. Offside for the guys in white. Big ball looking for Nice. It actually fell to him on the second time of asking. Ross will give it to Asoli, who keeps it. Asoli goes down. And it'll be a free kick for Westchester. Nice picks his head up. Plays a nice ball back post. LaHoo came forward. A flag went up. Offside, I think, is the call. I think he's calling Birch for an offside. Nice picks the pocket of the Westtown man. Couldn't quite get on it after a little step over. Here's Frederick down the left-hand side. Back to Bell. Bell cuts back. Vanders, it stayed with Westtown. And there's the offside. Westtown just can't stay on. It's the third straight attack that has been killed off by the offside flag. And all of them seem to be on that right-hand side, too. Jaroge picks his head up, clips one inside to Ross. What a ball that is. It wouldn't sit for him, though, and LaHoo does well to fall on it. Loses his lid as he tried to play that ball out, but Bell has it now, and he's running down this left-hand side with a little bit of room. Nice ball to Anders forward. Can he get the better of Ascoli? Has a hit on his right foot, and what a goal by Anders. Westtown's back in this game. Almost out of nowhere, but he's been causing problems for that Westchester back line, and it finally pays off. It's 2-1. Westchester, must be said, have let quite a few chances go by the wayside, and now their lead has been cut in half. Ascoli gets that one out to Holstein. Now you could tell the pace has picked up all of a sudden from Westchester, who I'm sure aren't thrilled that they just lost their clean sheet. Especially because DeMars has had a really nice game back there. But Anders got the better of him on that one, and really, more importantly, got the better of the back line. Valentin Nice goes over the top. I think he's offside. Little chipped finish was not on target anyway. So, offside the call. Puts a little wrench into things for Westchester. Now they have a 25 minutes, a little more than that actually, to defend this 1-goal lead. I'm sure they'll be looking to add on to it, but priority number one is make sure Westtown stays at 1. Ross does really well to hold that ball up, and then he looks over the top. I think he was looking for Luna. Can Luna get there? LaHoo comes flying out, and look out. LaHoo is down. And LaHoo went down there holding his knee. And luckily it looks like he's going to be all right. And I guess they called a foul there for Westtown. Finney wins the first header. Frederick's going to try and cut inside. Luna misses out on it. Can Asoli win the 50-50 ball? He can't. That went off of a Westchester player. Westtown throw. And you can see the spirit of the Westtown team really picking up. I think that might have been a foul throw as well, but handball was called first, and then Birch goes down, and Birch is not happy with the referee about something. I'm not sure what it was. But we play on here. Holstein does well to win that header, and then he might get on the end of this one, but Holstein gets kind of barreled over, gets up anyway, and wins the second ball. It's like an Energizer bunny on that far side. Cross put in, but it's right at LaHoo, unfortunately. And Van Steenland is going to try and head that one back to DeMars. Does very, very well because, man, LaHoo can hit a punt. That's the second one that's probably gone almost 100 yards in the air. And the bounce, obviously, is just as big of a problem if they let it happen. Blaze just asking for more out of right winger Miguel Ross. And Luna finds Birch. Birch gets taken down in the box, and I guess the referee's saying that they Birch took a seat after he was scooped up by a Westtown player. and Jiroke mentioned VAR, which, believe it or not, we do not have in this USLPA second division match. Birch is going to be the one to take this corner. And Anders is now once again just running at this Westchester back line, and look at that. He's just pushing out in front of his feet. Can Njiroge get there? He can. What a piece of defense by Njiroge to head that one off at the pass. Carbone tries to go down. Bell cuts inside. I think that hit a hand. Referee's going to let play continue. Holstein finds Luna. Luna looks up and finds Birch down the left-hand side. Birch gets a touch on it. He's running at the back line now. Finds Nice, who's inside the box now. Gets a foot on it. And Nice couldn't quite keep possession. Carbone goes in on a 50-50 ball. Westtown comes out the better for it. And Jiroge goes back to Nice. Nice picks his head up, and Bell cuts that one out just about. Birch inside the box has a hit. It's wide. Breathless stuff all of a sudden here in Westchester. The deficit stays at 1. Westtown making a substitute. Austin Brown heading out of this match. And not sure who's checking in just yet. I'll get confirmation on that as soon as I can. Confirmation, the substitute is Casual Robinson, who I think just got on the ball there. Couldn't keep it in, though. Westchester throwing. Finney's going to take it. He throws back to the skipper, Van Steenland. Picks his head up. Just looking for Ross. Couldn't get it to him. Finney, I think, fouled Frederick there, and they do get the whistle eventually. Over the top was the effort, but Van Steenland cut that one out pretty easily. Asoli plays a little 1-2 with Finney. Finney tried to find Nice, and Nice got a touch, but it was kind of a glancing blow more than anything else. So Westtown will look to play out. Holstein goes to Birch. Birch tried to beat 3 guys and gets a foul call. I think we might... Is there going to be a booking here, or is the ref just... Referee's reaching in his pocket. I don't know. Nothing. So I get no card, I guess. I don't know what he was doing. But this is a big chance. The wind, again, the wind's kind of switched a little bit. This ball's kind of be going into the wind a bit. But the primary push is going to be from left to right here. Hit from Ross goes over the top. Well over the top, must be said. And it'll be a goal kick. We'll actually get a new ball because that one is into the field beyond this one. So it's like Westtown's goal kick will come imminently. There it is. That one's actually going to fall to Bell, who I don't think was just unable to keep it in. Asoli was looking for Luna, but it was hoofed clear by Westtown. And there's the ball looking for Birch, but it was a little short. Birch is now trying to run off of it, but the ball wasn't quite up to snuff. He's going to get on the ball now, but under too much pressure to do much with it. Carbone's going to go backwards. I think that one came off a Westtown player, if I'm not mistaken, but Holstein's going to keep it in and go backwards to DeMars. DeMars going to play short, and look out, that's a touchy ball there, but it was it's all good in the end. Here's Ross on the half turn. Beats his first man, plays a really nice ball to Birch. Birch's touch is good. He's into the box. He has a hit, and there's his second. And crucially, the second goal that Westchester needed to get that deficit back to 2. Great ball from Miguel Ross, who answered his coach's call to get back into this game and affect the play. Gets the assist with a really nice ball right in stride to Birch, who made no mistake for his brace. Make it 3-1 to Westchester. Finney trying to go across. was cut out by Westtown, but this one might sit. DeMars had to actually come shield it. And look out, this ball's still in. DeMars pops up, and look at this service. Oh, it was over the top. My God, I thought we just saw a goal of the season, but it was just on the wrong side of the bar and floated against the back bar of the goal. DeMars actually was trying to shield that ball and kind of got caught out, but inches away from cutting that deficit back down to 1 for Westtown. Played over the top, Finney heads it down, straight into the path of Nice. Nice gets it across. Really nice ball played along the floor, but no black shirts in the area there who could get on the end of it. Throw in for Westchester. Looks like they might be setting up for a long one here. No, there's a check down. Ball's going to fall for Holstein, who wants to hit it. He does. It took a deflection, though, and the Energizer Bunny wasn't quite able to get his shot on target. Holstein gets up really high to win a header against a bit taller of an opponent there. Nice on the ball. Gets around 1. He's held up a little bit, but nobody's marking Ross at the far post. He has a hit. I'm not sure who saved that, if that was the goalkeeper or a defender. But somehow that ball was turned aside. I don't think anyone on the field knows exactly what happened there. I'm almost positive that ball took a deflection. Yeah, referee saw it that way too. Corner kick for Westchester. Not sure who got a touch on that, but what a crucial touch that might turn out to be, because that looked an almost certain goal from about 8 yards out. Ross kind of waited, maybe a touch too long in hindsight. 2 hands up from Luna. Couldn't beat the first man. That's been a theme today for Westchester. Van Steenland floats one over the top. I think he's looking for Ross, but Ross isn't really in the area. And that poor Jeep Wrangler has been getting the worst of it. But goal kick for Westtown. A couple of substitutes coming on to the pitch. Less than 15 left to play. As looks like Austin Brown checked back in for Westtown. Referee wasn't happy with the quick restart. And Christian Rombola has also checked in for Westtown. And here goes the service. Van Steenland picks his head up, finds Finney down the right-hand side. Finney's touch just off, trickles over the line for a throw-in for Westtown. Asoli steals the throw-in back and plays it back to Finney. Finney goes back to DeMars. DeMars plays it back to Van Steenland. Asoli does well to evade 2 white shirts and goes back to Carbone, who finds Njaroge down the left. Birch past 1 white shirt. We've seen him do this all day. Can he cut it inside? The ball just stopped there. That one actually came off of Nice, who had his back turned, and goes out for a goal kick. So that was a strange one there. Ball was played low, and Ross kind of lost out there, but Asoli got on the end of it. Nice I think he was trying to backheel it back to Osoli, but I think Osoli was waiting. There's a hit from Ross outside the area. Frederick plays the ball down this left-hand channel, but it trickled just out of play. Van Steenland saw it out. And here's Westchester again. Nice got a little touch on that one. And physical battle that Nice wins. Looks like Brown got the better of him on second time of asking. But that ball went out for a throw, and Luna looks like he wants to throw it back in. Van Steenland, I think he's looking for Holstein. Kind of got hung up in the wind, but it did get there. Here's Osoli surveying his options and finds Birch. Birch inside looking for his hat trick. Saved by the goalkeeper, but the second time of asking, Osoli tucks it home and crucially extends that Westchester lead to 3. It's 4-1. Back in play now. Westtown really use a goal quickly here to get back into this game. Frederick trying to bounce it outside. It gets there eventually. Frederick gets it back. Top of the key. Goes left. Still in for now. Finney putting pressure on. It falls back to Frederick. Frederick has a hit. Takes a big deflection. Can DeMars get there? He can. Just about kept that out after a huge deflection about 10 yards in front of him. Luckily, he took most of the pace off as well. So DeMars was able to get over to it. And now Birch has some room to run again. Tried to cut inside. One of those 5 white shirts hunting him down was able to get a piece of the ball. DeMars is up nice and high. Very calm from the goalkeeper. Well, maybe a little too calm for Blaze, but DeMars does well. Eventually got it out. And that's a nice piece of possession play by Bell there. And he'll get rewarded for it. He gets it back. Goes back to Brown. Brown goes back to his goalkeeper, who's going to have to play it big. Kind of shot it straight up in the air. Scully finds Ross. Nice. Back to Scully, who's down the right-hand side. Gets a low cross and it hits Bell. Bell finds Brown, who I think was trying to play a 1-2, but it wasn't really on. And he'll go out for a throw-in. Excuse me. Nice to throw this one in. Van Steenland picks his head up, kind of cuts across that one and sent it out of bounds. About 7 minutes remaining in this match, which sits at 4-1 in favor of Westchester. It was 2-1 at one point. Westchester have started tucking away those chances they've had really all game. And another one might be coming here is Birch. Holstein keeps it in, picks his head up, plays short to Luna. Luna picks his head up. He wants to have a go from distance, and that is well over. And was trimming the tree. It's been fun watching both of these teams. This is a reserve bracket for those of you who missed our opener. It's the second division of the USLPA, so most of the reserve teams from the first teams in the USLPA competition. And nice to see some players that we might see come off the bench during the season, but getting to play a full 90 or at least closer to it in this competition. If the result holds, it'll be a big one for Westchester. They will go top of the table. This is their game in hand on VE, who currently sit top. The good news for Westchester, if there's a tie, they have the advantage on goal difference as things currently stand. So they will be firmly in the driver's seat if they can finish this one out with their 3 points, as DeMars is going on another adventure back here. And Finney picks his head up, finds Ross. Ross gets bodied off of it and come down this left-hand channel again. Will it sit? It does. Vanstenland does well to see out the danger, but only for a throw-in. Frederick with a nice cross. I think Ross got a touch to it. And that one's going to go out for a corner. That came off Vanstenland. So see if Westtown can notch one back from a set piece. I think they're going short. Nobody's out with Frederick. Now Nice is just getting there. Nice little Cruyff cut there. That was pinged against Finney. I'm not sure if that ball must have trickled out. So it's another corner. DeMars tried to get on the end of it, but couldn't keep it in. Bell plays one in. It hits Vanstenland at the near post. Finney clears it, but it's only going to fall to a Westtown player. Ross got in front of that. It's going to stay in for a Westtown throw. Westtown goes backwards to Brown. And Luna and Finney are trying to see out the danger. They go back to Vanstenland, who hit it out of play. Almost broke my ankle on a water bottle, but all good. Throw in. Heavily contested in there. Westtown comes out with it. West thumps it against a Westchester player. And Westchester went back in a good spot. Birch is down that far side. And I think he's offside. He is. The Westtown player had drifted a touch and came back from an offside position to try to get on the end of that one. That one's fizzed into the box. It was stopped by a Westtown player. Nice. Picks his head up, cuts once, cuts twice, has a, thought he was going to have it. He has a hit now. Just over the bar. Good effort from Valentine Nice, but just inches over. Could have been Westchester's fifth, but we'll stay at 4-1. Only 2 minutes remaining of the 90. 2 minutes. Carbone heads that one down. It's going to fall to Westtown, though. Frederick, I think, just clipped that one, but Finney got there first. Finney plays short to Carbone, who's able to keep possession, and Nice has room. He's trying to find Birch, but a little bit too heavy. And LaHoo is able to get on the end of it. LaHoo hits another punt, but wind kind of killed that one. Brown flings it forward. West giving chase. Westtown now building a little bit of a move here. Frederick, back heel. They're going to go down the left-hand side to Bell. Bell picks his head up. Looked like he was trying to hit a cross, but got it wrong, and it goes well over the end line. We are into the 90th minute. Not sure how much stoppage we'll have. Wasn't really a ton of stoppages, to be honest with you, so not sure how many, well, if we'll even have any, I should say. DeMars boots this one long, and Ross read that really well. He's going to have a run in on goal. He has a hit, but he gets it wide. LaHoo did well to come out and see him off. DeMars is upset because I think he would have been on for the assist there. But that is it for this match. Your score, Westchester 4, Westtown 1. And don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes with an interview.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back to DeLacy Park, where we just witnessed a 4-1 win for Westchester. I'm here with Ethan Birch, who had 2 goals and an assist today. Ethan, first half especially, you guys just looked like you were all over them. What did you guys do well today that was able to give you that offensive advantage?
Well, first half we were down a man, so our game plan was just take it slow, but we ended up pressing, which I don't know why we did that, because usually man down you don't press, but it ended up working. We were going into the wind, so that was hard to adjust to. And then you said, how did we
Yeah, what went right from an offensive perspective? That you guys were, I didn't even know you were a man down. That's how prolific you guys were offensively.
Yeah. Well, so we've been playing together for like a long time now. We have like 3-4 games a week. So just the chemistry, I guess. Even though we're man down, we don't play like we are. Just being there for everyone. We kind of know where people are moving, so that's kind of it. We just trusted in one another, and that's how. And we ended up getting the win.
So ironically, you're a man down. You take a 2-0 lead in the halftime. You get the 11th guy, and then you concede one. So, right. So what changed? Because it felt like after that goal, their goal, when it was 2-1, something lit a fire under your belly, and you guys were flying around. Was it just getting upset about conceding? What was it?
Oh yeah, we didn't come here to concede. So when we conceded, we're obviously not happy about that. But I think it was because the first half, since we were man down, we were pressing. We were really tired. So when we came out the second half, we got a bunch of tired legs and no subs really. So we kind of got complacent and didn't really play our game. And then once we got scored on, we were like, that can't be happening. So then we had to, come back and get one or two.
You could definitely tell. So just talk to me about what it means to have this division, to be able to have a whole division of reserves, be able to get you guys out here, play your 90 minutes, or at least close to it, and play other guys that are also, pushing for more minutes with their first teams.
Yeah, I think it's really good because, like you said, pushing for the first teams. We're trying to, everyone that's on these reserve team, I'm sure they all have an eye on playing for the first team. So this gives them minutes to show the coaches that they can play and then get the result. And lucky enough, we're pretty good. And we got a really deep team. We have a lot of players that come out to practice, so it's really competitive.
2 goals for Mr. Ethan Birch, half of the 4 that Westchester scored here today. Thank you very much for watching this Game and Frame presentation. I'm Jake Gillespie. Tune in next time.